What's going on, everybody? Chase with IW Hockey here today with Trevor Drummond from CCM Hockey here in Montreal with a very exciting new XF Pro youth skate line. Now, really excited to hop into both of these models here, but as always, how would you describe the fit profile between these, as well as what style of youth player you built both models for?
Great question. So in terms of fit, they really both come in a regular fit, but we want to make them as comfortable as possible, have a good ankle support, but still allow those younger players to be able to get some flex into their boot to help them as they learn how to skate. Now, these are for a competitive and elite level youth players. So at that point, they're moving around a little bit better. We do need that boot to be able to move with them. And that's really what we're going for in terms of the fit and comfort in these skates.
Well, we talked a lot about comfort, even in the adult versions. This is something that when you take a look at it, you really put your hand in the boot. You experience some real thickness here. So let's start from the inside out, continue with that story of comfort, and then let's talk a little more about performance.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, memory foam ankle pads, very nice, thick, dense ankle pads in here that wrap great around the foot with the same liner as we saw in the higher end skates, liner foam all the way down to the toe cap. In the XF Pro youth skate, you have a molded footbed insole as well. We've adjusted our tongues on both of these skates, again, to give a little bit more forward flexion, much better fit for those youth players. And obviously with the performance of the boot, we have here a synthetic composite boot skin on the Pro skate and more of a classic mid-level boot for the XF80.
And what I really like, especially out here with the lights, you can just see how anatomically correct these are right out of the box. And I'm sure once they're baked, they're broken in, they're just gonna fit like a glove. But as we move on from the XF Pro into the XF80 here, you mentioned kind of that performance level skater, definitely not new to hockey, someone looking for a little more stiffness, a little more power out there. We talked about the exterior, but in terms of comfort and maybe just the overall internal construction, what do we have going on?
So here we have an ejected quarter. We have the comfort pad around the boot cut, which is new to all of our youth skates this year. Again, feel good, play good. And the boot shape, like you mentioned, is designed to give that ankle support and structure, a little bit stiffer than an entry skate, but just enough that you're still able to flex and move around on the ice.
While looking really, really sharp too. Really love the graphics package. And then just like you said too, just including those comfort ankle wraps up at the top here for those players, like we mentioned, competitively players who are on the ice 3 or 4 times a week. You want to avoid that ankle irritation. So just want to say, as always, Trevor, thanks so much for having us out and walking us through the XF Pro youth line. And for you at home that want to check out both models, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.